Welcome back. In this session, we are going to discuss about a new type of encoding scheme, which is called as line encoding, which is used to facilitate a better transmission in the transmission medium. We are having different types of transmission mediums, such as wired transmission lines, wireless propagation mode, optical fibers. We are having different types of propagation mechanisms depending upon the channel. Here we are going to discuss about an encoding scheme which is converting the digital data into a suitable waveform that can be fit into a transmission line, which is simply called as line encoding. In this session, we are very much particular about the different types of encoding schemes and their properties and the considerations for choosing a proper line coding to a suitable application. Line coding is a technique which is used to provide a proper electrical waveform, which is in the form of either voltage or a current, to represent a digital data suitable for the transmission over a transmission line. And this line encoding scheme is very much helpful for transmitting the digital data along a transmission line by representing it in electrical waveform. Normally, we know that the electrical data, the digital data is represented by either 0 or 1. This is normally the digital data. But with this line encoding, we are going to give a proper shape for the digital data 0 and another proper shape for the digital data 1, which is very much suitable for wired communication. There are several considerations for choosing a proper line coding technique, which can be taken into the account to represent it for a specific channel. In some case, the channel bandwidth may be a biggest constraint, whereas we may have the enormous power to transmit the channel, transmit the data. And in some other case, bandwidth may be good and there may be some power constraint, so that the repeater may be required to carry the data for a long distance. And in some constraint, due to the attenuation, the error probability may be more. And in that case, we need to reduce the error probability, and we have to give a proper waveform for the digital data 0 and 1, so that it can able to withstand and it can combat the noise to reduce the bit error rate. In that aspect, we can frame the considerations into main 4 aspects, such as synchronization, transmission bandwidth, transparency, and error correction capability. Generally, the digital data 0 or 1 is represented for several duration, and for every repeated duration, other bits will occupy and it will be transmitted. In that aspect, if you transmit 0 or 1 by a proper waveform, electrical waveform, then that particular clock duration or the time period should be synchronous to both the transmitter as well as the receiver. So the receiver is always extracting the clock timings, or it recovers the clock signal which is along with the received signal. So the line coding should be feasible to provide self-synchronization to the receiver. Then the transmission bandwidth. As we know that the digital data which is transmitted as a pulse in frequency domain, it is represented as a sinc function which is infinite in a frequency domain. It is transmitted, but as the main lobe is having a small occupancy of the bandwidth and other insignificant side lobes are neglected, we are only considering the very least bandwidth for every transmitted durations. With that, if we give a proper wavelength of smallest time duration, the bandwidth will be large. If a digital pulse is represented by a larger time, then the bandwidth will be very less. So depending upon the available channel bandwidth, we may choose a proper electrical waveform suitable for that band limited channel. Then the transparency, the signaling format should receive the data very transparently, regardless of whether it is infrequent or not. So generally the receiver doesn't know about whether 0 is transmitted or 1 is transmitted. In that case, this encoding format, if a 0 is transmitted, the receiver and the transmitter should transparently know that this particular electrical waveform is being transmitted for the binary data 0, and this particular electrical waveform should be transmitted for the binary data 1. But the receiver doesn't know which waveform is going to come, but somehow it knows this may be the electrical waveform for the binary data 0, and this will be the electrical data for the binary data 1. Likewise, the receiver may know. Then the error correction capability. Already we have discussed the error detection and error correction in the case of channel encoding. This line encoding should also support the channel encoding scheme to detect as well as correct the error. There are different types of line coding techniques are available. Based on how we are going to represent the amplitudes corresponding to the binary data 0 and 1, we can characterize the line encoding into 3 different types. One is unipolar signaling, then is polar signaling, and another one is bipolar signaling. In unipolar signaling, generally the binary data 1 is represented by a positive amplitude, positive voltage, and the binary data 0 is represented by 0 volts. In polar signaling, the binary data 1 is represented by positive volts and 0 is represented by negative volts. But both are equal in nature. In bipolar signaling, it is a special kind of signaling which is otherwise called as alternative mark inversion, in which 1 is either represented by positive voltage or negative voltage on the basis of alternating marks, and 0 is represented by 0 volts. Hence, the unipolar consists of only 2 different levels, either on level and 0 is considered as off level and the positive voltage is considered as on level. Hence, it is having these 2 levels. Unipolar signaling is otherwise called as on-off signaling. Similarly, there are another two types of line encoding based on the representation of the symbol duration corresponding to the binary data. One is called as non-return to zero and another one is called as return to zero. In the case of non-return to zero, the entire data is represented between minus t by 2 to t by 2, tb by 2, where tb is the bit duration. Hence, the pulse waveform is represented for this entire duration. This is for non-return to zero. And another kind of technique is there, that is return to zero, in which the binary data is represented only for half the interval. That is only for half of the bit duration. And the remaining half is returning to zero voltage. The remaining half time duration is returning to zero voltage. That's why the name came as return to zero. Depending on these different types, each of this signaling is having these two different types. For example, unipolar means unipolar consists of NRZ and return to zero. Similarly, polar consists of NRZ and return to zero. Similarly, bipolar is also having two different types, NRZ and return to zero. So we are having 6 different types. One is unipolar non-return to zero, unipolar return to zero, polar non-return to zero, polar return to zero, bipolar non-return to zero, bipolar return to zero. We are having 6 categories. Let us discuss the unipolar type of line encoding techniques, in which it is having two different types. One is unipolar non-return to zero signaling and another one is unipolar return to zero signaling. In this case, the binary data 0 is represented by an electrical voltage of 0 volts. Similarly, the binary data 1 is represented by an electrical waveform having plus A volts. Here A is a positive integer value or positive floating point value. As it is having the non-return to zero signaling, this positive voltage representing the binary data 1 or 0 volts representing the binary data 0 is occupying the entire bit duration. For example, let us consider an example of series binary data 11010001, in which each of the binary data is represented by a bit duration TB. Here for 1, the positive amplitude voltage A is transmitted for the entire duration TB, and it is transmitted continuously. And for 0 volt is used to represent this binary data. Similarly, for 1 it is plus A, for 0 it is 0, for 1 it is plus A. And since it is having DC, it is not suitable for self-synchronization. Whenever a signal, a pulse signal, which is equally distributed on positive and negative amplitudes, then we can say that it is not having any DC. This waveform is having no DC component. But here in this electrical waveform, it is having a DC component. As it is having DC component, it is not suitable for self-synchronization. Then, because the clock recovery may be difficult, as it is having a DC component, the clock recovery may be difficult. That's why it is not suitable for self-synchronized type of communication systems. And then another kind of unipolar signaling is unipolar return to zero signaling. Here also the binary data 0 is represented by 0 volts and the binary data 1 is represented by positive amplitude volts. As this follows return to zero method of signaling, for the entire time duration of TB, only half of the bit duration is represented by that particular electrical voltage and the remaining half of the bit duration is represented by 0 volts. That's why for one, half of the electrical waveform represents plus A volts and the remaining half of the electrical waveform represents 0 volts. Similarly, it is going like that, and for 0, here half of the electrical waveform is represented by 0 and the remaining half is again represented by 0 as it is 0 volt, and for 1 volt it is going like this. Whereas in return to zero encoding, only half the bit duration is represented. So it is having twice the bandwidth. It requires twice the bandwidth of UNRZ. So URZ requires twice the bandwidth of UNRZ since it only occupies half of the time duration when compared to the non-return to zero signaling. So now in the same manner, the polar non-return to zero signaling, in this case, the binary data zero is represented by a negative voltage and the binary data 1 is represented by positive voltage. For the non-return to zero signaling, the entire time span of the binary data is occupied by completely by the electrical waveform. So 1 is represented by positive A and 0 is represented by the negative amplitude. Here A may be either the integer data or a floating point value. And this is the suitable waveform and it consists of no DC component. Here there will not be any DC component present since it is equally distributed, since it is even with respect to y-axis, because it is equally distributed on the positive and negative amplitudes. And in another case, polar return to zero, The same way, the binary data 0 is represented by negative voltage and the binary data 1 is represented by a positive voltage. But anyhow, that electrical voltage is only occupying the half of the bit duration. If suppose TB is the bit duration allocated per bit, only half of the bit duration is taken by the electrical waveform. So 1 is represented by plus A waveform for TB by 2 times, and the remaining half of the bit duration, it is returning back to the 0 volts. And for 0, for half the bit duration, it is represented by a negative voltage, and the another half is represented by 0. That is, it is returning back to the 0 volts, and it is continuously going on like this for the consecutive zeros and the consecutive ones in this fashion. And the next category is bipolar signaling. It is also having a non-return to 0 and return to 0 representation. In this case, the binary data 0 is represented by 0 volts, and the binary data 1 is represented by either positive amplitude volts or negative amplitude volts, depending upon the consecutive occurrence of ones. For example, we are going to consider a serial data 10100111101, in which the first occurrence of 1 is represented by a positive voltage and 0 is represented by 0 volts, and the next consecutive 1 is alternatively inverted, that is represented by a negative amplitude. That is, the first occurrence is represented by plus A, and the next consecutive occurrence of 1 is represented by negative minus A, and for 0 it is represented by 0, and for the next one it is again alternatively inverted. It is alternatively inverted as plus A. So the next consecutive 1 is represented by plus A, and the next consecutive 1 is represented by minus A, and the next one is represented by plus A. Likewise, the amplitude is represented. That's why, since the consecutive ones are alternatively represented, alternatively inverted, this kind of bipolar representation is represented as alternative mark inversion code, simply called as AMI code. Since it is a non-return to 0 signaling, the entire bit duration TB is occupied by the electrical waveform. Anyhow, this is also represented evenly on the y-axis. It is having no DC component, so it is well suited for synchronized kind of systems, communication systems, where the synchronization is very necessary. Then bipolar return to 0 signaling level, in which the entire bit duration TB, only half of the bit duration is represented by that electrical waveform, and the remaining half is represented by is returning to the 0. For example, here the first occurrence of 1 is represented by positive amplitude, and the next consecutive is represented by negative amplitude, and the next occurrence of 1 is represented by positive amplitude, and the next occurrence of 1 is represented by negative amplitudes, and all other 0 are represented by 0 volts. So for half of the bit duration, the positive amplitude is representing, and the remaining half of the duration, it is returning back to the 0. Similarly, the next one, for the half of the bit duration, it is represented by negative voltage, and the remaining is represented by written to 0, and the 0 for entirely it is represented by 0, and for the next consecutive one, and it will be represented like this, and it is still continuously going on. And a new kind of polar signaling, which is represented by, in which the binary data 0 is represented by let us say for the entire TB duration, we can split the entire time duration into two halves, and the binary data 0 is represented by the transition of negative voltage to positive voltage. That means for the half duration, first half duration, it is represented by minus A volts, and for the next half of the bit duration, it is represented by plus A volts. That is, the binary data 0 is represented by the transition of the negative volt to positive volt. Conversely, the binary data 1 is represented by the transition of positive voltage to negative voltage, in which the positive voltage is represented by represented during the first half bit duration, and the negative voltage is represented in the remaining half duration. So let us discuss with one example. 11010001 binary serial binary data is represented by, the 1 is represented with the help of, for the first half of the duration, it is represented by plus A volt, and the remaining second half of the bit duration, it is represented by a negative voltage. That means the transition of positive to negative. And the 0, the first half of the bit duration is represented by minus A volts, and the remaining half is represented by plus A volts. That is, transition between the negative to positive voltage level is occurring here. In this way, it is serially encoded. Thus, the binary sequence 11010001 is represented by this suitable electrical waveforms. It is also having DC component, and this is also having no DC component, and well suited for self-synchronization, and it is very much suitable for, it is not suitable for the bandwidth conservation scheme, because as it is having a larger frequency when compared to the non-return to zero encoding, it occupies the more bandwidth, and it is also called as split phase coding or Manchester coding.